Hi, I'm Nancy. Welcome to my channel, Running with Scissors. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Well, the time has come. My last fabric on my fabric wheel of fate. Stay tuned. Well, I don't have to do any spinning because there's only one fabric left. And this is the fabric. It is a jersey knit. My mother said she wanted a dress with it. If you've been watching, you know on this fabric wheel, I decided not to make all the makes for myself. I made two for my mother, one for me, one for my oldest granddaughter, Claire, and then I made a make for the 12-year-old, the 10-year-old, and the 7-year-old granddaughters. The last fabric was this fabric for my mother. Okay, so she said she wanted a dress and she wanted long sleeves. So I'm looking through my patterns, and a lot of my dress patterns are more for woven, but I went back to the tried and true, yes, you probably guessed it, the Laundry Day Tee by Love Notions. I made another one. I got to thinking, I've made myself two. I made my friend Becky one, I made my friend Linda one, and now I've made my mother one. So it's just an easy pattern. It goes together so fast. So let me show you the dress. And here it is. She wanted long sleeves. I like it because it's just it's a free and flowy dress. It's got a little bit of a skirt to it so that it's not tight. One thing I did different, I'd never done before, I went ahead and did a top stitching on the neckline. Because when you sew it on, you sew, I just sew with a serger. If you do the little bit of top stitching here, it will hold that down so it doesn't kind of flip up when you wear it. I'd not done that with my others before, but I thought I'd give that a try. And if you look really closely, you see I did top stitch it, and it holds down the seam, and it'll keep it from flipping up, and it'll keep it laying flat. So anyway, that's the dress, and I of course will show you a picture of her wearing it. So yes, this time I just went ahead, instead of using my cover stitch machine, I just went ahead and sewed a straight stitch because she needed this to be, she wanted it long, she wanted it to be longer, and I only put a 1/4 inch hem in it because she wanted it below her knees, and then I did a 1/2 inch hem on the sleeves, and I said I just went ahead and just used a straight stitch on my machine. So anyway, like I said, I will show you pictures. Now, since this is Friday, let me talk about life. If you're watching this on the 10th, October 10th is my mother's birthday. She turns 95. And we're going to have a big party for her the day after on the 11th. We've got all the family coming in. My sister, who you've met, lives in Mississippi. She has one daughter in Mississippi, and they're all driving up together. Her other daughter lives in Chattanooga, and they'll be coming up. And of course, my family all lives in the area. So we're going to have, I think, 20 people at my daughter's house for her party on Saturday. So I'll share some pictures with you next week. So that's what's going on life-wise. Of course, you know, I went on that cruise a couple of weeks ago, and if you want to subscribe and get onto my channel, you'll see where I put a short video of what we did and some of the things that I wore. Let's see, what else is going on? Well, have you ever been to the original Sewing a Quilt Expo? Well, there's one in Cincinnati. And I'm a member of the American Sewing Guild, and our chapter is going to have a booth there, basically to let people know about our chapter, and if anybody lives in the area would like to join. Also, too, you can take classes, there's shopping, quilt displays, fashion, presentations, make it and take it. Our booth, we're going to have a make it and take it where you can make little glass cases. I'll show you one next week. So I am going to take a couple classes. I'm going to take a class on the 16th in the morning. The class is to make 2 bags on the serger. I thought that sounded interesting. And then in the afternoon, I'll be manning the booth. And then the next day on Friday, we'll take another class. And it's making, they call it a train case. It's like a square case, you know, zipper case. They call it a train case, and I'm going to make that. Everything is supplied for you. You just pay for the class and pay for the materials, but all the sewing machines are there. They do ask you to bring scissors or, you know, just basic sewing things that you may need for the class. So I'm kind of excited about that because I've never been to that. And if you're in the area, you might want to think about stopping by. Also, too, what else is going on? Paper patterns. A lady named Abby Small actually bought it from Simplicity. And I will put some links to the bottom. Mimi G did a video telling what's going on. And then she did a video where she interviews Abby Small. So the future of paper patterns looks really bright, and we're all excited about that. Let's see if there's anything else I have going on in here. I think that's about it. Finished my fabric wheel of fate, going to the expo, got a big birthday party planned. So yeah, so I would probably do another wheel of fate maybe at the first of the year. Maybe do some winter type sewing. Well, there's always Christmas coming and gifts to make. I have a life group at church, and we always have a Christmas party. And last year I made those little bowl cozies, you know, that you can put in the microwave, and one of the ladies got that and she loved it. So I've got to come up with an idea of something cool to make for the gift exchange. And also, we do have a gift exchange in my American Sewing Guild chapter, and I need to come up with something because last year, oh my goodness, some of the things that people brought were just amazing. I felt a little out of place with all the great sewing there because not everybody sews garments. They sew quilts. There's one lady who does a lot of tie-dyeing of her own fabric. She does amazing work. And there's bags and all kinds of things. So if you sew, you know, you're welcome in our group because it's not just clothes. It's every kind of sewing you can imagine. So, all right. Well, if you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would. Give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and ring that little notification bell so you'll know the next time I upload a video. Y'all take care. God bless. Goodbye.